Women experience you by reacting to you. Okay? She cannot experience you if you are constantly reacting to her. So the way that women fall in love with you, the way that women gain sexual attraction for you is by experiencing you. Okay? Experiencing who you are. When she is pinging off of you and you are not pinging off of her. The problem is, for most guys are pinging off of the women, right? They're almost using the women to kind of like feed off of her, right? Like a parasite for validation, positive emotions. Because when you feel a woman is above you, as far as attractiveness goes, she's above you, as far as looks goes, what you're normally able to get, you just feel like she's out of your league. That is when you will try to validate yourself for her, and you will seek her validation. You will seek like positive emotions from her. You'll like literally sit there and wait for her to give you a sign. You ever see these YouTube coaching videos? Oh, these are the signs that she liked you, right? You're sitting there waiting for a sign. And when you do these things, which is a common mistake that most guys without game, without pickup training do, when you do these things, you are denying the girl the ability to experience who you are, to experience all of the great things that make you you, right? I mean, you see a lot of guys, right, that kind of get friend zoned by a girl, or the girl just ghosts them, right? She just ghosts the guy, and the guy's like, oh, it's her loss. Oh, I'm such a great guy. She didn't get to know the real me, right? It's totally her loss. And you know what? You're right. It is her loss. But you know what, too? It's your fault, right? It's your fault. You didn't give the girl a chance to experience you. Why? Because when you talked to her, you approached her, or whatever, you were filtering yourself. You were having that very friendly, polite, like friend-to-friend conversation with her, instead of that sexual attraction, verbally, sexually escalating type of conversation that I teach you to have with women, that I teach my students to have, where you're constantly raising the stakes as you talk to her, and you're having this very, very raw, bare bones, naked, male to female conversation. You're not trying to manage the impression you have of yourself to her. You're not trying to present yourself to her, in a way where you think that she might like. I mean, instead, you are just presenting yourself as you are. As I teach my students to do, you are vomiting your personality onto the girl. She's seeing everything there is to know about you, like you're kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve, right? And you're making social norms obvious to where the girl's like, oh shit, this guy's actually pretty cool. That way, when she's talking to you and you see her getting excited, a lot of girls, like infield, when you get their emotions amped up, you'll see them like their eyes light up. You ever talk to a girl who starts to get really into you, and then you see her eyes light up and she starts giving you the Bambi eyes? We also call it the doggy dinner bowl look in the pickup community. It's like, right? She's just getting so excited over you. Why? Because she's experiencing you now, right? The girl is experiencing you. On the flip side, those girls who are like kind of like doing their nails, or like just like looking kind of bored as they're talking to you, those are the girls that are not experiencing you and that just want to walk away. Okay, and again, that's your fault. If you're talking to a girl and you're actually there and you're able to, at least hold her there where she's not leaving, she's standing around, she's bored. Really, it's up to you to inject your manliness into her, by basically, like I said, vomiting your personality onto her, letting her know who you are and what you're about. And obviously you want to, if you really want to get technical about this, you want to follow my 5 stages to doing a proper pickup, which is on my homepage here on my channel, which is the first, you approach the girl. Second, false time constraint, right? You let the girl know, like, hey girl, I can only stay for a couple of seconds, but I did want to talk to you. That way you put kind of like a time pressure on it, and you make her feel, you relieve her of the burden of feeling that she's going to be stuck talking to you for the next hour, right? You tell her, oh, I got to go in a sec anyway. So after false time constraint, third is you want to start building attraction, right? First thing is you want to do is build attraction. We do that through primarily through negs in the pickup community. Obviously, the hotter the girl is, the more negs you want to pepper in. Generally, if the girl's a dime piece, a perfect 10, I will pepper in 3 negs in a row, right? Not back to back, but just 3 in a row, like just kind of peppered in the very beginning of our conversation, just to kind of bring her down a notch, let her know I'm not taken in by her beautiful woman spell. So that is the building attraction phase, which is phase 3. The 4th is building comfort and rapport. This is where you kind of find commonalities that you have with the girl, things you have in common. You might like the same type of movies, same type of music, same type of restaurants, food. That's part 4. And then finally 5th is the closing stage, where you get her number. Preferably you want to try to take her out on an insta date, right? You want to get her in on an insta date. But worst case scenario, you can take her number or grab her social media. Assuming you've done a proper approach, this girl will not flake on you, okay? Assuming you've done a solid approach, she will not ghost you or suddenly disappear. Okay, but that's how you do a proper approach. And when you do a proper approach, by the way, as long as you're working solid game and you're doing things right, just as I teach you, the girl will experience you by default. She will be experiencing you by default, all the way up from when you approach her, and then you do your false time constraint. The entire time, the girl's gonna be like, oh, this guy, why am I getting attracted to him? As you know, the more he stands here talking to me, why do I find myself becoming more and more attracted to him? It's because she is experiencing you, right? She is seeing who you are. And even if you make a few mistakes, that's okay, because as long as you're doing everything else right, you can afford to make a few mistakes, and the girl will even look at that as a positive, like, okay, you know, he's not trying to come up here like he's perfect or anything like that, or you know, he's Rico Suave. Instead, he's coming up here and, you know, he's like a real guy. So even like you making mistakes during your approach, it kind of like humanizes you to the girl. It makes you seem human instead of like, you know, an approach robot. Like, oh, he's picking up girls all day, I'm just another one. So the girl must experience you if you want her to actually fall for you. If you want her to have like sexual attraction for you, she must experience who you are. Because as long as the girl does not experience who you are, and she has no clue who you are, that girl ain't having sex with you, and she sure is not going to develop any feelings for you. The girl has to know who you are. I've always taught my pickup students over and over, the faster the girl gets to know who you are, the faster she is going to sleep with you. The faster she is going to become your girlfriend. The faster she is going to start liking you. Okay? The more you kind of try to pretend you're this other person, you're this fake nice guy, or you're this super polite guy that could do no wrong, as long as you pretend to do those things and you filter yourself, you're just delaying the process. And the longer you delay that process, the more the girl starts to look at you as just a chump who that she needs to put on her friend zone, because for the girl, she's thinking, okay, I've never really been into this guy, so yeah, the longer you wait, right? And it's like, even waiting a couple of weeks and trying to filter yourself, you know, I mean, by then you could be out. And then her girlfriend will be like, oh, what about that guy you met 2 weeks ago, Paul? She'll be like, oh, ooh, yee, Paul, yeah, he's like a brother. Yeah, he's kind of like a brother. And no, I don't. And then her girlfriend will be like, so you don't see anything romantic happening there? She'll be like, oh, ooh, no. Right, you don't want her talking about you like that. Instead, you want her being like, oh, Paul, oh my God, Paul is so hot. You know, I don't know what it is about Paul, but he is so hot. And oh my God, girl, that's him texting right now. Hold on, I gotta text him back. You know, she'll put things on hold for you. She'll do the things that a girl who's sexually attracted to a guy will do, right? So it's very, very important that the woman experience you versus you experience her. And that is pretty much the problem with most guys who lack game and pickup skills, is they are too busy experiencing the woman to let her experience them. They're too busy looking at the girl like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to make her my girlfriend. Or, oh, what does she think of this shirt? What does she think of my hair? Oh, am I good looking enough for her? Am I tall enough for her? Oh man, I knew I should have worked out today. Oh, my belly's sticking out. Oh, you know, they're too busy validating themselves to the girl to let her experience them. And these chicks can feel that, right? Even if you're not saying anything verbally and you're trying to stand there and not mess up, these chicks can feel that. There's something we teach called the law of state transference in game. What you feel, she feels. Okay? The law of state transference. This is why we do a lot of inner game stuff with making sure that you feel good in your own body, you're grounded in your own energy as a man, and you are centered and feeling non-reactive. Your cortisol levels are in check. You're not like having social anxiety. That way when you walk up to these girls who are drop dead gorgeous, you will not flinch. Okay, your eyes won't dilate when she looks you in the eyes, checking for that congruence. You won't flinch, and she will have the gift of experiencing who you are. Okay, she will have the gift of that, because women really, they live for external stimulus, right? They live for fantasy, not reality. Women live for fantasy. I've told you guys that over and over. They love external stimulus. This is why women spend money like drunken sailors, right? They buy shit they don't need. They go shopping. They bring home all these clothes they didn't want. They buy furniture. They buy handbags. They buy shoes. They buy dresses. They buy makeup. They like spend hundreds of dollars to do their hair. They get pedicures every week. It's because it makes them feel good, because they live for that external stimulus, right? So when she is able to experience you, you are giving her that external stimulus that she is wired to be sexually attracted to as a woman. But when you take that away and you force her to sit there while you experience her, then you're dragging her back down to reality, which is not fun for her, and it's not a place that she wants to be in. Too many guys, when they approach a girl that they're really attracted to, they're so busy validating themselves to the girl and hoping that she says something or does something that gives them positive feedback, right? Again, they're waiting for those positive emotions from the girl. Like, they're just trying to like sit there and wait for the girl to give them something, instead of just taking action and self-amusing, like I teach you guys, taking action, self-amusing, not caring what the girl thinks, and acting through your own intentions, right? Another thing I teach you guys, act through your own intentions, because when you act through your own intentions, the girl is able to experience who you are, and you're not taking that away from her. But when you don't act through your own intentions, you are, okay? And she's not able to feel you out. She's not able to see who you really are without wearing that polite mask that everybody else wears, right? Instead, you're being exactly who you are. What you see is what you get. You know, I've done videos on being mysterious and and whatnot, and obviously there's a lot of social calibration here, right? So I'm not going to get into that in this coaching video, but I will say that you must allow the girl to experience who you are if you want her to become attracted to you, and you don't want to be thrown into her friend zone like the rest of the chumps. Okay, so hopefully this coaching video has made sense to you. It's a little bit more intermediate than what some of you might be used to, but it's a very valuable lesson, and take it and apply it into your own dating life. And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is Am from the 33 Secrets, signing out from my DeLorean, Gullwing DeLorean here. I promise you guys we would be shooting more coaching videos in this car, and we are. I just recently got it. Only has 10,000 original miles on it since 1981. I actually bought this car from DeLorean Motor Company in Florida, and yeah, it cost a pretty penny, man. If you want to watch the full review of this car, I did kind of a documentary of how I purchased this car on my Alpha Male Secrets channel, if you want to watch that. But otherwise, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is Am from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below.